This video is brought to you by Fishman Fluence. Each Fluence pickup features multiple voices with exceptional tone and all without noise or hum. Learn more at fishman.com/fluence.
Hey everyone, Nikos here with Premier Guitar at Prova Studios, Athens, Greece. When it comes to finding out our ideal electric guitar tone, a lot of us get caught up thinking about which guitars, pedals or amps will get us to the sound we love. But with so many different instruments and stomp-boxes on the market, which are way more visible and look so cool, it's easy to overlook one of the most important things in the gear equation, and that's pickups. If you've ever found yourself mostly loving the sound and feel of your rig, but still can't quite find the exact sound you're looking for, it may very well be because of its pickups. To get the exact sound you're looking for, you may need to switch to a different guitar, but it's also possible you could upgrade your current guitar's pickups to get there. And in most cases, it's pretty inexpensive to have your local guitar tech do it, often about $50 in labor. If you're handy with a soldering iron, it's a pretty easy DIY project as well. But let's talk more about pickups so that you get the big picture better. Today we're going to try to help you understand the different types so you know what kind of guitar you like best, or help you decide which aftermarket pickup options might help you modify your guitar to get it sounding more like your favorite players. But before we get into details, please take a moment to subscribe to Premier Guitar and hit the notifications bell to stay up to date with all our latest videos. Okay, so pickups. Pickups are the devices installed in the body of your guitar that sense the strings' vibrations, kind of like a built-in microphone, and then send the signal via your guitar cable to the amplifier. Since the birth of the electric guitar, pickups have gone through a lot of changes, but probably the first thing you hear people mention when talking about them is whether they're single-coil or humbuckers. Let's take a closer look at each type and talk about how they differ. Single-coil pickups were the first type to be invented, and their name comes from the fact that their main components are a coil of copper wire wrapped around a single bobbin and connected to 6 magnetic pole pieces, one for each string of the guitar. In general, single coils tend to have a brighter sound than humbuckers, although they typically don't have as powerful a signal as humbuckers. And when 2 or more single-coil pickups are used together, like the bridge and neck pickups on Fender's famous Telecaster and Jazzmaster guitars, and the neck, middle and bridge pickups on the Fender Stratocaster, they can produce a wide variety of chimey, twangy or bell-like clean tones, in addition to more aggressive and cutting sounds when paired with overdrive or distortion. This makes them useful for everything from rock to country, R&B and more. Famous players whose trademark sound was rooted in single-coil pickups include Jimi Hendrix, the Red Hot Chili Peppers' John Frusciante, Queen's Brian May, the Rolling Stones' Keith Richards, Bonnie Raitt, Dinosaur Jr.'s Jay Mascis, and even Jimmy Page, who recorded the first 2 Led Zeppelin albums, as well as the iconic Stairway to Heaven solo with a Fender Telecaster. The most common single coils, like the ones in the Telecaster, Stratocaster or vintage Danelectro, are easy to spot based simply on their narrow size. But that's not always a dead giveaway either. Fender Jazzmaster pickups have a wider footprint, as do P90 pickups like the ones in Gibson's famous Les Paul Jr. Despite this, you can see that both of these exceptions still have just one row of pole pieces. And while all the pickups mentioned so far are similar in that they use a single coil of wire, they also have significant differences in their size, number of copper coil windings, magnets, and other materials that give them sounds that are unique from each other. Meanwhile, humbucker pickups are so named because they alleviate one of the common drawbacks associated with single coils. For all their wonderful qualities, single coils are more prone to transmitting electromagnetic interference or hum from things like the power outlet of your amp or pedals, certain types of lighting, or other nearby computers or devices. Nowadays, there are so-called noiseless single coil options that cancel this hum, but back in the day, the solution to this problem came in the form of the humbucker. Humbuckers are built similarly to single coils, except that they have two coils wired together. Because of the way the two coils are wired together, humbuckers not only reject the 60-cycle hum that single-coil pickups are susceptible to, but also typically yield a stronger, more powerful sound. In addition to better rejecting extraneous interference, humbuckers typically have a warmer, thicker, and often significantly heavier sound than single coils. However, they also tend to lack the bite or sting that is associated with single coils. Although there are so many different brands and designs that sounds may vary widely. Humbuckers are very popular among hard rock and metal players, but you'll also find them in many other music genres as well. For example, they're the most common pickup in traditional jazz guitar. Additionally, the lower-powered PAF humbuckers found in vintage Gibson guitars can actually have fairly single-coil-like characteristics. In fact, players whose trademark sounds were made with humbuckers are incredibly diverse, ranging from Eddie Van Halen and Slash to electric guitar pioneers Sister Rosetta Tharpe, shred icon Tossin Abasi, AC/DC's Angus Young, Metallica's James Hetfield and Kirk Hammett, Nita Strauss, rockabilly legend Brian Setzer, St. Vincent's Annie Clark, and many more. Deciding which type of pickup is best for you ultimately comes down to your personal taste, since there are no rules defining what should be used for a given style of music. Many players have both single coil and humbucker guitars, or guitars that have a mix of the two. Additionally, many modern humbuckers can be wired to special switches that let you split or tap the humbucker coils to get a more single-coil-like sound. This approach yields a wider variety of sounds from a single guitar. Companies that offer these splittable humbuckers on stock guitar models include Ibanez and PRS, and most pickup makers also offer the option. As with all guitar gear choices, it's important to do a bit of research and find out what your favorite players or bands use, as well as to try as many different types as you can get your hands on and see how they sound when you play them. Hopefully this video has helped you understand it all a bit better and given you something to work from. Thanks again for joining us, and please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any of our other DIY or how-to videos. See you next time.